KAIT TV channel.
From KAIT TV in Jonesboro, Region 8 News. Your leading source for news, weather, and sports. The Region 8 News Team.
The storm that brought an end to the dry weather left its mark on several businesses in South Jonesboro. Good evening, everyone. I'm Katie Shannon. The roofs of two buildings were partially blown off.
From KAIT TV, serving Region 8. Shelby Timmons. David Avery. Craig Yancey. This is Region 8 News.
Some residents of Pleasant Plains believe their drinking water has been contaminated. Today, pollution control and ecology and other officials met with residents.
Live from KAIT 8 TV, good neighbors you can turn to for news, weather, and sports. Tony Brooks, Diana Davis, Terry Wood, and Dick Clay. This is KAIT 8 News.
A jury is now in place for a capital murder trial in Walnut Ridge. But should the makeup of that jury be a concern? Thanks for joining us. I'm Diana Davis. Tony Brooks is off tonight. Testimony is set to begin tomorrow.
Live from KAIT 8 TV, good neighbors you can turn to for news, weather, and sports. Tony Brooks, Diana Davis, Terry Wood, and Dick Clay. This is KAIT 8 Night News.
Voters across Missouri turn out to cast ballots in the primary election. Good evening, I'm Diana Davis. Tony Brooks has the night off. We have results from...
Live from KAIT 8 TV, good neighbors you can turn to for news, weather, and sports. Tony Brooks, Diana Davis, Terry Wood, and Dick Clay. This is KAIT 8 Night News.
A Bosnia-wide ceasefire apparently is still out of reach of negotiators. Talks ended with no sign of a truce agreement. Good evening, I'm Tony Brooks.
And I'm Diana Davis. Serb forces went on the offensive today.
Live from KAIT 8 TV, good neighbors you can turn to for news, weather, and sports. Jim Taylor, Lori Johnson, Trey Stafford, and Mark Tucker. This is KAIT 8 Night News.
The first contingent of U.S. troops from Somalia are back on U.S. soil tonight. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Lori Johnson.
And I'm Jim Grayway. Jim Taylor is off the scene.
Live from KAIT, this is Good Morning Region 8. Your first look at today's news, weather, and sports, and farm reports.
Good morning, Region 8. It's 78 degrees at 6 o'clock. I'm Doug Doggett.
And I'm Jenna Stafford. It is Monday, July 22nd.
Live from KAIT 8 TV, good neighbors you can turn to for news, weather, and sports. This is KAIT 8 News.
An early morning fire kills 3 people. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Diana Davis.
And I'm Tony Brooks. That fire in Poinsett County turned deadly dark.
Now, live from your good neighbor station and K8 News, this is Good Morning Region 8.
Good morning, Region 8. It's 57 degrees at 6 o'clock. Happy Memorial Day. I'm Hogan Jr.
And I'm Violet Parker. It is Monday, May 20th.
Now, live from your good neighbor station, this is K8 News Night Beat.
A trying time for a Greene County mother today. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Tyler Hawks. Doug Doggett is under the weather. A mother went to...
Now, live from your good neighbor station, this is K8 News Night Beat.
It looks like the Confederate flag won't be flying much longer above the South Carolina State House. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Doggett.
And I'm Diana Davis.
From your good neighbor station, this is KAIT News Night Beat.
Jonesboro police are investigating a homicide this evening on the city's north side. Earlier this afternoon.
From KAIT, this is Region 8 News at 5. Always tracking, always watching, always on.
We begin with breaking.
Region 8 News, always tracking, always watching, always on.
Creativity abounds in a program that encourages children.
Live and high definition. Always tracking, always watching, always on. This is Region 8 News at 6.
Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around.
The Memphis-based Commission on Religion and Racism is back in Jonesboro to continue what they're calling a human rights movement for justice in the Chavez-Carter death investigation.
Live and high definition. Always tracking, always watching, always on. This is Region 8 News at 10.
We begin tonight in Paragould, where city officials are warning residents of an out-of-state country.
Well, you're looking at some pretty shocking statistics affecting us.
Live and high definition. Always tracking, always watching, always on. This is Region 8 News.
A peeping Tom in a bathroom at the mall. Tonight, Jonesboro police are looking to find a video voyeurism suspect. Good evening.
High Definition is sponsored by Central Buick GMC. Region 8 News starts right now.
What happens when the people that do have
Region 8 News starts right now.
We start tonight with the latest COVID-19 numbers across the state of Arkansas. The Arkansas
The only live local news in Northeast Arkansas starts now. Good morning, Region 8.
Good morning, Region 8. I'm Journey Taylor. It is 4:32 on this Friday, December 17th. Thanks for starting your day with
new discoveries in the murder case of a former Arkansas senator. A look at some new evidence. Plus, with many trying to recover from Friday storms, you need to be aware of who comes to fix your property. And a community rallies behind a high school teacher with an unfortunate diagnosis. How he feels about the support in just a little bit.
The only live local news in Northeast Arkansas. Region 8 News at 5 starts now.
First at 5, inside the case file. Tonight, we now have a copy of the investigation. Some tips to keep in mind. Plus, new details in the case surrounding a former state senator's murder, a look at what is in the investigative case file, and later, rallying behind a teacher following a scary diagnosis. Hear from the teacher on what this means to him.
The only live local news in Northeast Arkansas. Region 8 News at 6 starts now.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chris Carter. Diana Davis is off. Continuing coverage of those. Tonight, hundreds provide aid to those hit by a deadly tornado and filling the void.
And there's not going to be anybody to replace us at some point.
How one local nursing home is working to retain employees.
News in Northeast Arkansas. Region 8 News at 10 starts now.
We're going to start you out with a live look at Jonesboro tonight from the NEA Baptist weather camera. You see it shaking there. Quiet now, but you'll want the
Now at 4:30, cutting costs, some relief at the pump as gas prices drop, what drivers are saying ahead of summer travel. And disaster deadline, time is running out for people impacted by a deadly tornado to get assistance. And remembering a red wolf, the A-State community gathered to pay its respects to a beloved professor taken too soon.
Live, local, now. You're watching K8 News. Good morning, Region 8.
Good morning, Region 8. It's 4:32 on this Tuesday, May 2nd. I'm Chase Gage. He is Aaron Castle.
On strike after contract negotiations fail, we'll tell you how it will impact some of your favorite television shows.
You're watching K8 News Midday with Diana Davis and meteorologist Aaron Castleberry.
Welcome to K8 News Midday. The U.S. debt ceiling.
You're watching K8 News at 5. with Diana Davis and Chief Meteorologist Ryan Vaughn.
What are the do's and don'ts when someone rings?
Live, local, now. You're watching K8 News at 6.
A TV station caught in the crossfire. First at 6. A suspect was arrested after he allegedly.
Live, local, now. You're watching K8 News at 10.
Taking the next steps first at 10, a critical need for a Southeast Missouri community moves one step forward. Good evening, I'm Chris Carter. 5 years after closing.
Live, local, now. This is Good Morning Region 8.
Good morning, Region 8. It is 5 o'clock on this Tuesday, July 23rd. I'm Chase Gage.
I'm Macy Davis. And I'm meteorologist Christina Ballantyne. Thank you so much for joining.
Live, local, now. This is K8 News.
Thanks for joining us at 5. We've been seeing some showers and storms throughout the day.
Live, local, now. This is K8 News.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Diana Davis. We saw a few showers this afternoon.
Live, local, now. This is K8 News.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Griffin Broussard. Voters in Craighead County will see a new measure on the November.
This is KAIT, Jonesboro.